everybody. Welcome to another episode of Geek AF. This is our TTRPG only episode. Jacob, do you know what TTRPG stands for?
Only.
Nope.
Yep. No, honestly, I could probably figure it out, but I don't. Go ahead. Explain to the audience.
Tabletop role-playing games.
I know, but they might not know. So
yeah. Okay. If it's an acronym of tabletop role-playing games, and this is what this episode's dedicated for. You totally knew that, right?
Yeah, like that's yeah.
Okay, all right.
No,
TTRPG, yeah.
Is that D&D stuff?
That is D&D role-playing games.
About D&D today?
We could talk about D&D. There's different gaming systems, but the one that's everyone's more familiar with is the whole 5th edition system. Yes. So this is what it's all about: rolling the dice and seeing how it goes. Pun intended. Let's go ahead. We'll kick it off. I think you have some things you want to talk about TTRPG role-playing wise. What do we got in this episode?
A lot of my stuff is going to be based just in the D&D realm. I was going to ask about your experience and my experience, just kind of talk about our experiences dealing with D&D, how it started, how we got into it. So I will say my first experience truly playing it was with you. I remember I think we tried the most basic campaign, like the first campaign you ever get. I think you bought the physical book and or little.
It was the starter set.
Starter kit, yeah.
Fandom, yeah. The D&D Fandom.
Yeah, and it didn't go well. It went okay. It went okay. We were trying to figure it out. We didn't really know how to play it. I think we did what most people do when they don't have an actual DM, which is spend 2 hours making your character. And then by the time you play the game, you're like, all right, let's just wrap it up.
I think that's the fun part of it, though. Creating the character, like how you want to build it, what they look like, what's their story, their origin.
Now, I will say I don't want to do that and play the game at the same time in terms of
not at the same day. No,
I that's what I mean. It's like the same day. Like I'm telling this to the people that haven't played D&D. From experience, you want to make your characters first. You want to have, and normally you would. This is like the first time that we were trying to also DM and we were just trying to figure it out on our own. No guides, no help, nothing. Ground up type thing. But generally you want to have a day that you do like a zero. What is it called?
Session zero.
Yeah. And it's where you're building your characters, you're getting a general idea of how the gameplay is going to go for those that haven't played it before. That's your play zero. That's your, without even beginning the game, you're just seeing and understanding, this is what we roll a dice for. My character is an elf and his backstory is this. I don't like it. Okay, I can change it. So then when you actually get into the game and you actually get into the world that you're going to be adventuring in, you're still going to be figuring out, but it's not going to be completely nothing. You're not going to have to ask a ton of questions, and it runs a little smoother, or you don't get burnt out in the first 30 minutes of playing it because you spent 3 hours creating a character.
Right. Yeah, it's fun. It's my experience. The very first time I actually experienced it, it had to do with character creation, and that sense, I don't want to say it was like a negative experience. It's just more
not at all.
It was like kind of thrown at me, and I had no idea what to expect. That time when I experienced it, not with you guys, this was like a long time ago.
Okay.
I went over to a buddy's house, and he did warn me about creating a character is gonna be very, very time consuming. And I think this was before fifth edition too. So
Oh
whatever
yeah.
the concept that was, assuming it was fourth or whatever edition they used, there was probably a lot of aspects that they had to create in that character. And I remember just sitting there for like maybe 3 hours alone, and then I felt bad too. Like at a certain point, my friend, he was super excited about it, and then when he kind of threw it at me, and I was kind of going along with it, like about hour two and a half, three, he kind of looked at me and he got the vibe like, you're not enjoying this, are you? Like this is not getting to you. Like, honestly, no, sorry. Like I think he built me like a ranger of someone of some kind, and I felt bad because I never got to play that character. But at the time, initially, it was just like, that that was the thing. But now, like coming back to it with you, that's when I gave it another chance,
Yeah.
and I bought the fifth edition Fandom starter set.
Mm-hmm.
Build. I think they had preset characters there too, so I think actually started with those just to see how it goes. Yeah, I like from a understanding, talking to many different DMs or people who have played D&D before, like there isn't really a wrong way to play it. Like
No, not at all.
it's a very welcoming game. It's very open. But I think what stricts us, especially at the time, this is probably what takes up most of the time, is you and I, we're both gamers, so we kind of get fixated on the game mechanics. Like there's a set of rules you have to follow, but you don't really have to, but they're there. So the way you kind of treat those, it's like, instead of like looking at those as rules, use them as a guide. Like, yeah, you can set parameters, but then like, it doesn't always have to be that. Like roll advantages if the DM feels like they need to. Like ultimately it's up, you can just say it's up to the DM. If you don't know what if a certain action or a story beat allows, you can always ask the DM and let them
Yeah.
run the show, or not let them run the show. It's really the player's show. You just have to kind of come across with the DM or the permission.
Understanding that like there you can have fun with this game regardless, but having a good DM and someone that is experienced at the game helps significantly.
Hmm.
It really does. Is
Yeah,
like
100%.
I didn't know, like I got caught up, and the first time I tried it, I got caught up on just the character creation. There's so
Hmm.
many avenues now that can help you speed that process up. And the ultimately, like, if I was to start it again, because we've started our own campaigns a couple times now, or little short campaigns a couple times now. Um, the character creation for me now takes like probably 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Because reality is, I feel that people have a tendency to do this thing where you're trying to create the most crazy backstory because you get told you have to create a character, and so you're like, crap. Oh yeah, and give them a backstory, and you're like, oh no, I gotta think about this whole backstory, and now I have to write a book on who my character is. It's not that big a deal. It's
Yeah.
really not that big a deal. Like, you don't need to do all that. I'm telling you now, if you haven't played this game before and you're just now trying to get into it, you don't need to create a whole story, an entire lore of your character. It's
Yeah.
cool if that's the campaign you're going to get into, but those campaigns are like planned months in advance, and
Oh yeah.
you're going to be playing this game for months type of thing. That's
Hmm.
when you can do that, you know. And normally the DM will tell you, hey, our campaign, our story is going to be a dark gothic type of story. So try to make your character fit in this realm a little bit. And if they're a good DM, they're going to give you, um, like, they're going to kind of push you in a general direction. And you should be communicating back and forth with them, like, hey, I want to make a rogue, and I want to make the rogue be a very well off, and he was successful, and now he has nothing. You know what I mean? Like, does that work in your story? And it's like, cool, yeah, that works really well. We can have him be one of the nobles, and now he's no longer a noble, so now he's trying to get
Right.
back to that status or some shit.
Yeah.
You know, It's that simple, that quick. You don't need to go crazy detailed into it. If you have a villain, if you want to have a villain, or don't. Have a family if you want to have a family, or don't. I will say the most common trope I feel for new people, mainly but new men that join this game, is they want to be the dark brooding guy that lost his family. That's the most common.
Oh, you think
like
that's more stereotypical to play that
oh
role?
gosh, yeah.
Like a Batman role?
I feel like it's the I lost my whole family due to this bad guy and now I'm seeking revenge.
Yeah.
Or I'm the most badass of all badasses, and I'm
I feel like it's
mysterious. And it's like
it's kind of like that board game Gloom. Like your character wants to be the worst of the worst and go with it.
I'm like, dude, it's funner. I honestly, it is so much funner for me to watch and to play campaigns that have the characters that aren't that way. That the character isn't completely fleshed out and he's more human normal, you know what I mean? Like you can relate to that character because everyone wants to be the badass. Like let's just get that straight. Everyone wants to be the badass most of the time. It's not interesting. If you have 5 people and all of them are fighting to be Batman, like
I would love to play that.
What did you do? Oh, my family was killed in front of me. What about yours? Oh, my family, they were killed right next to me, but I was there. My family died when I was a child. Like
I actually cast a level 3 fireball on my family, and now I gotta revenge myself and kill myself.
Yeah,
my own hubris.
Oh gosh, it's super stereotypical, and I still see it. Like I get it. It's an easy story. There you go.
it's however you want to play it.
I
like
we had we had a story together. I think it was Fendever. I can't say the word right now. Fendelver.
Yeah.
And one of our characters in there, she was a gnome, and her whole thing was she never traveled outside of her own village. This was the first time she's traveled outside of her own village. And as far as we know, all of her people were still alive. She was just a traveler. I'm like, that's fucking awesome. That's so cool. You're not some brooding dude or some revenge story normal. You're just a regular traveler. Like you're a gnome going like, I need to see the world. I'm gonna go see the world.
Yeah.
And so I think that those to me are more appealing than just the brood, everyone being a freaking brutish revenge story trope.
I mean, I get like they want to have some sort of motive, but sometimes you don't really need to. You could just be like this traveler, or like what was it? I think that's the same character you're talking about. My partner, like she was like this noble, someone who came from money and just decided to travel. Thank God she had money, because holy shit, the thing we couldn't get away with. But yeah, no, it's fun. Like play however you want to play. I know a lot of other people, another kind of stereotypical thing is they like to play. From what I've come across from people like to play bards a lot, especially if you have all that charisma. Like it's an excuse to like either flirt with other players or like have some sort of like showmanship. Those are sometimes they can be very, very entertaining to like come across, depending on the player or the character that they play up as well.
So for me, like I try not to be the norm, and if I am the norm, I want to be like slightly outside of it, just to freshen it up here and there. Like I chose to be a bard randomly, and I chose to have bad stats because my bard item, he's a bard, but he's also a barbarian. So he's just an angry. He's a like I was thinking of like a metal, like because I'm super into rock music and heavy metal.
Okay.
And so my inspiration is a barbarian who is like kind of like a Metalocalypse, the freaking crazy show on
Adult Swim. Yeah.
Adult Swim.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I want that character to be my character. So how do I build that? He's a bard and a barbarian. Like, there you go.
Oh, okay. I kind of thought that character was more like kind of like a loner traveler, but he he can play music, that kind of stuff. Like,
no, he's kind of like it's kind of developed.
Because the accent you gave him
thing.
was like this
I have a very
flow.
country accent that and I was like, whatever.
Southern, more southern.
I thought about. I was trying to play with it, and I really liked the southern, like the fake southern accent. So I was like, whatever, I'll throw this in there too. But I love playing that character. It's been a lot of fun. But we'll go into here. I was just figured we'd start off with our experiences, but what I really wanted to talk about was like the boom of D&D. Before we get into the other, TTRPG stuff, I mainly for me, my aspect of it is talking about like Critical Role, Dimension 20. I've been I've been watching Critical Role's 4th campaign since they started. And I'm not gonna lie, the
new
reason,
DM.
New DM. The DM is Brennan Mulligan. He is the DM of this one. He is normally in Dimension 20. That's where he comes from, or he started on YouTube. Honestly, like what is it?
College Humor days.
College Humor, College Humor days and everything. That whole team. But he started doing Dimension 20, and because of him, I went to Critical Role. I'm aware that Critical Role, like the impact that they had, Dimension 20 doesn't exist. I don't think Dimension 20 exists without Critical Role, honestly. I think Critical Role was such a impact and pushing it to media and pushing it to like mainstream, getting it to mainstream, that it led for Dimension 20 to be successful. Now, I heard about Critical Role, never really watched any of it, never really seen any advertisement or anything about it, but I did see clips on YouTube for Dimension 20. That's what got me into Dimension 20. And it was just by chance that you downloaded they have an app. The app is Dropout. It's on Dropout. It's a wonderful app. It has a ton of shows. It's amazing.
Shout out to Dropout.
Yeah, shout out to Dropout. But Dimension 20, my first ever experience was a clip from the campaign Misfits in Magic, and it's the part where Brennan's character is in like this wizard competition, and he basically like sends another kid to this weird dark dimension and shows him his future of like him dying. I don't freaking know. Evan Kelp.
Kelp, yes.
Or something like that. Anyways, so that was I seen that on YouTube. It was a clip. It was a short. It was a YouTube short. And that was enough. It was animated, actually. It wasn't even a short. No. It wasn't produced by Dimension 20. It was produced by a fan. A fan grabbed it and did a whole animation for it. And then I seen it, and that got me enough of a hook enough to go watch this campaign. That was the first campaign I ever watched in my life. First experience of watching a campaign of D&D ever in my life was Dimension 20. I bought Dropout specifically to watch Dimension 20. From there, it bloomed into watching all the other shows on Dropout, which are, again, amazing. Please, if you haven't gotten Dropout, it is a subscription, but it's a very cheap subscription, and it's worth every freaking penny.
Once again, Dropout. Shout out. Yes.
Dropout. Yes, but Dimension 20, I remember watching Misfits in Magic and loving it. And then from there, I just kind of went down the catalog of what they had out. I think my second one, like they were coming out with Crown of Candy. Crown of Candy.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh snap. And then the way they did that, like I didn't watch their first one of their first few ones, Fantasy High. I didn't watch that until way later. I got into that like way after the fact. I think
Mhm.
when season 2 came out of Fantasy High, that's when I was like, okay, let me go back and watch this one.
Yeah.
But dude, legitimately, without that advertisement of the fans, just the fans telling me like, hey, or showing that this was a funny D&D thing, and me having this interest in D&D because of playing it with you and our team, our friends and stuff, I'm like, I need to watch this. And it's been a wonderful journey from there, man. Like
Yeah.
that really sucked me in. Seeing
Mhm.
how fun, like if you were on the fence talking to the audience, if you were on the fence about D&D and you want to see a good campaign, how a good campaign is ran. Now, mind you, these are paid comedians slash actors are the critical role people. You don't have to have a campaign like this. This is not like what you need to seek out for a campaign, but it's
Mhm.
a good example of what a campaign can be. It's a good example of how fun this can be.
Mhm.
Um, you don't need to be that comedic, form every single time. Sometimes you have serious campaigns, sometimes like Critical Role right now, it's a more toned down serious campaign and it's amazing. It's awesome. There are funny bits, but it's pretty serious and it's a lot of lore. But yeah, I think Dimension 20 for anyone, I would recommend if you're gonna watch any form of D&D starting, I would probably recommend Crown of Candy, which is weird, but Crown of Candy is pretty because it's
Oh,
like it's funny, it's serious, it's well written, the characters are dynamic. Um, you see what happens when characters die. Like it's I would recommend that one starting off with. Um, Fantasy High is kind of fun to watch because that was like the first campaign that they had, and there was a lot of all of them except for Brennan and I think like Zach or Brennan and one other character. Um, I think were inexperienced at D&D. I think Brendan was the only one.
Allie. Yeah.
Allie,
Well, mhm.
yeah. There were the only two that had played um D&D before was Brendan and one other person, and it's a group of 6 people, I believe. And
Mhm.
so the rest of them are just figuring out for the first time. And that's a good example of how it starts because you're going to see these characters when they build their characters and they play their characters, you see how like their mistakes and their questions and all that stuff. It's it's a good place. Actually, you know what? Start with that one first. Start
Yeah,
with
I
that
was
one.
gonna
It
say
shows you all your
that's what's
questions that you're gonna have for
mhm.
D&D. Start with Fantasy High. It's a good starting point.
Phoenix High is a good one. I mean, it's literally like one. Takes place in like a whole college or not college, high school fantasy
Yes.
atmosphere, which is kind of coincidental because like they start as freshmen. If you're starting
Yes.
out in D&D,
Yes.
that's a really good way to like kind of get
Yeah.
your grasp on it. Um, yeah, I think the first experience exposing to it, I think before watching D20 for me, actually, I think you may have watched it with me too. Like I think we got how did the order of events work? We played before we got the starter set. I wanted to try it out, and actually we watched. It was on an old streaming network, CISO, but it was shoot,
Oh.
what was it? Do
Oh,
you know
oh,
what I'm talking about?
are you talking about
It
the
was a
animated
writer,
one?
yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
yes.
that's the
Uh,
first one. Uh,
yes. Oh crap. I can't remember it. It's no longer it's not showing anymore.
Dan
It's
Harmon, Harmon
Dan
Quest.
Harmon. Harmon Quest. Yes, Harmon
That's what we
Quest.
watched.
Yes.
Yeah, but it was more
And then
like
that's what set off the majority of it.
yeah, Harmon
Yes.
Quest started everything, I think, for us.
Yeah.
But
For us
at least kind of
personally.
yeah. So we watched those. It was the DM rolling all his roles while Dan
Mhm.
Harmon, his ex-wife, I can't remember, and then oh god, Jeff from Who's Line. Crap, I forgot his last name. No. And then they would have a
Yeah, man.
guest. Um
They would have a guest
So
star that would always come in and play the campaign with them, which is actually
yeah,
they did a pretty good job at
I
having
did.
guests come in and playing, and
Um,
that led me to want to do that. Like figure out how
but
you could do that if you had a
yeah.
friend come over just to join in a game.
So
It
it
was actually a
was
good little point.
yeah, it was DM'd by Spencer Crittenden, and then you have Dan
Yes,
Harmon, Aaron McGathy, Jeff Davis.
Jeff
You mentioned about
Davis.
like you know, people who weren't experienced. Jeff Davis
Hmm.
wasn't experienced at all, but you
Oh
know him
yeah.
from Who's Line, like how much of a great improviser he was, and he was fantastic
Hmm.
as
The
his
freaking
goblin
little
character, Bone
goblin. Yeah,
Weevil. Yeah.
Bone Weevil the Goblin. Yeah,
hmm
that
So
one
that
was
was
that's
a
a good little series too. That's a pretty funny
yeah.
series.
Yeah, that's the more entertainment aspect of like
Yes.
them telling the story and then having the budget to do the animated
To animate it. Yeah.
portions. So that's a good
Yeah.
one, and also Fantasy High because you see things happening in real time. So,
Fantasy
um,
High, the reason I was I honestly I should have said do like watch that one first. I just really love Crown of Candy. That one's really, really good.
yeah,
But Fantasy High, that is such a good experience in terms of the first time seeing it, seeing their struggles as a brand new player, seeing their questions, because
mhm,
you as a brand new player might end up having those same questions. And
yeah,
Brennan being an experienced DM and a very good DM, he explains it well, like what they need
mhm,
to do and why they're doing something. Um, and now, again, they're not scripted campaigns, but these are people that are like actors and or comedians, so they're pretty good at, on the spot thinking. And
mhm,
you don't have to hold yourself to that standard. Just have fun with it. The main thing
yeah,
is you need to be having fun. If you're not having fun with it, like it, it might not be a case of that it's not, D&D's not for you. It might just be a case of like, hey, maybe the story is not doing that well, or maybe your
yeah,
DM's not that experienced.
mhm,
Like talk. You need to talk as a group. What's happening? Because you have these thoughts, and a lot of times they're too scared to voice their opinion about something. And
mhm,
especially if you have someone that's a DM telling you like, hey, this needs to happen or that needs to happen. um, if you don't voice your opinion, how is your DM gonna know? You
right,
know, like
yeah,
they can't read your mind. So, and you have to find a way to speak up and make it fun
yeah.
for yourself too. You
It's
know,
definitely a good DM is someone who can like read like one. I think it's who can
read the
read a
room
room
type of, yeah,
basically,
yes,
and yeah, in some moments like if there seems some moments like you're not very even comfortable with or not happy about, like yeah, it's open for them to like talk to them, and if they're also a good one. Like if they're able to give you with those one on ones and give you the expectations you want as a player,
hmm,
that's fair because that's your story. The
yeah,
DM is just there to help you guide your journey, but it's really to the player. It's your story, your game,
yeah.
how you want to play it.
I will
Um,
say, being a player, not DMing, you have experience DMing, um, and your significant other does have experience DMing too, and you've gone to games as a player with other random people that aren't part of our friend group, and things like that. We'll get into that in here a little bit,
mhm,
but what I was going to say is, as a player, I will stress the importance to the to DMs and people that are looking for DMs of taking a break in the middle of like when you're doing your session,
mhm.
because there are times, as if you have 5 players, it is hard to keep everyone engaged because not everyone is on that the same level of like immersiveness. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like
yeah,
I like storytelling. I love character interaction. I love being there and acting like someone, like if I'm an orc, I'm gonna do the voice, I'm gonna do the mannerisms, I'm gonna do actions as the orc, and I'm gonna stay in that character and I'm gonna pay attention to the world. But I know that, my brother, um, maybe not. Maybe he's not there for that. Maybe he's there for the gameplay in terms of like he wants to be the battle, he wants to do all these stuff. Like there's different type of players and different niches for each player. So I honestly, personally, I think taking breaks during the session like every 30 minutes or maybe an even hour, if it's a good session, you don't want to like interrupt things. But taking a break, communicate to your team, hey, how we feeling? Blah 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 blah. How you feeling about this? How you feeling about that? It also gives
Mhm.
your DM time to think of a scenario, think of what to do next. It gives your players thinking of, hey, am I, not overwhelmed and not being super super like drawn out, because I promise
Mhm.
you, if if you're if the DM is solely focusing on one player and it's been an hour and they're still on that one player, all other four players are out of it most of the time.
They're either
They're
checked out
not there. They're checked out.
or
Yeah.
yeah. Unless
And
it's a pivotal moment, but like,
yes, unless it's a super pivotal moment and the storytelling is peak, like most of the time you're gonna have at least, if there's five people there, three of them are checked out.
it is. I've definitely had my experience. Like, I think just from watching Fantasy High, like we used as like
Mm-hmm.
one DM plus six players. And I think that's
Mm-hmm.
like a good max right there.
Yeah.
One of the sessions I went to, I think we did an 8-person, which can kind of go a little overboard, but there was one session we went to 12 players, I think.
Yeah.
And that is
Just too
probably
many.
the way too many. It was the worst
Yeah.
situation to be in because not only are we far away from the DM, but like there's people bouncing off ideas, sound gets lost, and there's not a
Yeah.
whole lot to track at all. I don't know how that DM was able to like track everyone, but just there wasn't much time for us to like interact with one person from one end of the table to the other, and it gets a bit chaotic. So like if you're DMing, minimize yourself to a reasonable party size. I say 4
Or
at least.
or yeah, um obviously more experienced DMs, they might have, if you're listening to this, you personally might have had a really good experience with your players, and you're like, hey, I had 12 players the other week and we all zoomed in and we're all like involved. It's like, cool, man, we're talking about the norm. And, most of the time that's not going to happen for most DMs. You want to
Mhm.
have a shorter campaign, a shorter posse.
Yeah.
But I will say the fourth campaign for Critical Role, um, they have 4, 8. I think they have 12 players. I think they have
Mhm.
12 players, but there's a strategy to how Brendan is doing it. It
Brennan.
basically, Brennan, yeah. I always want to put a D at the end of that.
Mhm.
Brendan is doing it where he is breaking them up and basically telling their stories separately and
Mhm.
then bringing them together and then breaking them up again. That is what's been happening. And it
Real quick,
uh, go ahead.
quick question. So when you're watching that, do you? I haven't really watched any of it yet. Do you know, like, so when they're rotating character or players, do you know if the other people are aware? Like, are they like in the
Yeah,
back,
yeah.
or is it all just surprise to them when they
So
get to the table?
what do you mean, aware of like what has happened to the other group?
Yeah.
No, not all the time. So
Okay.
it is like, what they're doing right now is, since they had 12 players, I think the first episode, all 12 people were there because it's 12
Yeah.
players. So you're introducing, and Brendan, without like doing the whole normal thing of like, oh, this is John and he came from here, and this is fucking White and he came from here, and this is so and so and they came from there. Like he did all that stuff too, but it was in a more creative way. It was like he just starts it off right out the gate. You're swinging, and all 12 players are there, and then he breaks them into a group. He made sure to break them into groups. And let's say that group A and group B are going to be here for the next episode. And then that episode happens. And now we need group B and group C. So it's like group A was there for that first episode, and then group C left. So they don't know what happened between group A and group B, but
Okay.
group A and group
Yeah.
B do. And then it's like the next episode, group B and group C are there. So group A doesn't have any idea
So they
of
have
what
like
happened to
real
group
time
B.
reactions, or like,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they do, but like,
Yes.
I think just for me, like from a production standpoint, like I don't know if they have monitors or some in the backstage to understand what's happening, but they don't. So they come
No,
into
they
the
they
table.
have I'm assuming they
Gosh.
have, because you can hear them. They're off in the side, so I'm assuming they have like
Oh,
chairs off the side somewhere to watch.
yeah.
Um, but basically, whoever's not there is who is not there. If you don't need you on set for that day, they don't need you on set for that day. So normally
Mhm.
you're not there unless you watch the episode. And it's fun because you will have people come in and something will happen that involves their character that they have no freaking idea.
Yeah.
Uh, for example, something happened to a pivotal moment in the story happens, and it ultimately affects another character that wasn't there for like weeks. So he just comes
Oh,
back,
shit.
and Brendan's like, "Oh, hey, you're having a heart attack," and he's like, "Oh shit, okay."
Yeah, that's okay. That's what I want to
Like,
know. Like,
yeah,
all of a sudden, their characters
yeah,
in a
yeah.
situation that they weren't around. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
so that's probably the best example I've ever seen of a giant campaign with multiple people spread out properly. This is
Hmm.
the best example. Like I would say if you are a DM and you're trying to figure out how to work with 12 people or more, watch Critical Role. Watch the fourth campaign of Critical Role because this is how you do it.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, you have to split them up. And basically, in reality, you're not working with 12 people all at once all the time. You're doing it in the beginning when you have to
yeah,
explain something pivotal, and then you're splitting them up again, and you're swatching them out. You're swapping them out. So basically, it would be me and five other people there, and our group is the saviors, and then group B is the soldiers. So it's like, okay, saviors, we no longer need you guys. I need the soldiers to come in. That's what Brendan's been doing. Is you just
mhm.
switch between the groups.
That makes
Through
sense for a campaign. The one
Yeah,
my experience was actually a one shot, so that's really hard to do,
yeah,
especially
one shots.
within
Nah,
that time
man,
frame.
no,
Yeah.
that's too many.
Hmm.
Because that's the thing is you're competing time versus um player attention. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Hmm.
You can't you that and player attention is you're gonna lose that every single if you don't have the time to do it, you're gonna lose every single time. It
Definitely.
doesn't
Yeah.
work because you want to make sure everyone's there. You want to grip the people. The whole point of this is a collaborative story. So if it's a collaborative story and freaking only 50% of the people are involved, then it's like cool.
Yeah. It's really hard to like give that attention to people. Like our experience, like we just felt there's some moments where we just felt left out, like just lost in
Hmm.
the noise, basically.
Hmm.
So we're like, I don't know,
I
this
can
is
see
a bit
that.
much. Yeah.
I can see that.
Um. Mhm.
Yeah. But I was gonna go back into it a little bit, but like I I would love for like Critical Role to I know they have two animated series, but this one I haven't seen the third. People love the third series too, and they have a lot of connection to the third series because one of the actors there was going through a lot of stuff during the third series, which they didn't even know if he was going to ever come back. It was a real big moment in their that fandom and that history.
Mhm.
But the fourth series, I'm kind of like, can we not do the third series? Can we just go to the fourth series with Brennan?
Yeah.
It's so freaking good. It's so good, and I want, like, dude, if and when you start watching this, and I push this to everyone, please start watching it. It's so incredibly good. And yes, I get it. They're long episodes, but guess what? You don't have to sit through, you don't just put it on, watch it for an hour, and then go do something else.
I
Like,
think I need
you
to
know,
do. I need to give it the One
like,
Piece treatment, like just do it
yeah,
in the
honestly,
background. Yeah.
um, I wouldn't do that. Because
No.
you'll miss stuff that's gonna be like real important, and then you'll be lost in the sauce.
Mm.
But I mean, oh, fuck it. Do whatever you want. Whatever. It might work for you. I don't freaking know. I don't know your attention span. I can't do it. I have to pay attention. Um, uh, no, I definitely recommend watching this campaign. It's on episode 31, I think, is
Damn.
that just came out, and each episode is about 4 to 5 hours,
Yeah.
which sounds like a ton of time, but I literally, it happens every Thursday. I do not watch the live streams. I'm not staying up until 12 o'clock watching that live stream. Sorry.
Oh,
But I
geez.
do, I enjoyed it enough that I am willing to pay. Like they have a little membership thing for Critical
Is
Role.
that their
It's like
beacon?
$5. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like $5 or something. I found out that I was enjoying it enough that
Hmm.
I was like, "Screw it, I'll pay for this." Like, I'll pay to watch it ahead of time, you know?
Shout out to Beacon. Subscribe. No.
Yeah, shout out to Beacon. So I started on Thursday. I started on Friday. Every episode I started on Friday, and then I watch it until the next Thursday, basically, because that's
Okay.
how long it takes me to watch it. Because I watch it in like 30-minute episodes, or an hour long here and there. Because
Hmm.
they're like 4 to 5 hours, so I just break it up through my week, you know, and that way it helps me digest and not get burnt out right away.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah. You got to take it at a time. Like
For
just in one
sure.
sitting, I don't think I can. There's so much I can handle. Like
Yeah.
I know I caught myself sleeping in some D20 long
Oh
episodes,
yeah,
but
for sure, for sure.
but there's
I
there's moments where like there's recaps and stuff where I can like, oh, okay, well, I get what
Mhm.
pretty much what
Mhm.
happened here. But yeah.
Yeah. Um and the good thing is like they put in breaks in the middle of the episode, live action
Mhm.
and whatnot, live action, live or not. They put
Yeah.
a break in there, so like if you don't want, like you can break it at a certain area and just be like, hey, I'll watch the rest of it on tomorrow or some crap. Anywho,
Yeah.
so that was just my experiences with this. I was just saying like how much I loved it, how much I've been loving this, like this journey with Critical Role. I know I'm super late to the game, and I know I've only started on campaign
Yeah.
4. I've watched the animated series for the Mighty Nine and for
Mhm.
Vox Machina. I
Yeah.
watched the animated series. They are interesting to me, and they're a lot of fun too. Um, but that's where it's at. That's where it's at with me in
Yeah.
Dimension 20 and Critical Role. I did want to do like a quick shout out for those uh those nerds that are looking for some like, yeah, they're probably aware of these channels, but they're good little content creators. Uh Legends of Adventures. That one's been blowing up like crazy. It's like a funny, they do different wacky campaigns, and a lot of them are really funny. You've
I've
probably
heard of
seen the
this.
shorts about like the shorts are like the clown, and like Mixie is a little rat. Like I don't know, it's a bunch of, they're blowing up like crazy right now.
Okay.
Um, if you look them up on YouTube, you'll instantly recognize them. XP to level up 3. It's a guy on YouTube. He also explains, the ins and outs of D&D, what he's experienced, and or um, what like what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, and all these other things. He kind of
Oh,
like
they
breaks down. He's
okay,
pretty
like
funny too. Um, I like him. I like him a lot. Mind you, when I say I like these people, I don't know their background, man. Like, don't come DMing us and being like, "Oh, he's a monster." Like, I don't know any of that stuff. I didn't look into that. All right, this is just stuff that I've seen that makes me like, that I generally like. All right, D&D shorts. That's a good one on YouTube. Min Max is another good one. Zach the Bold, that dude, hilarious.
oh yeah.
Um,
Okay.
Zach,
No. I've
his
seen his
videos,
memes, yeah.
his freaking videos on TikTok and YouTube are top notch, man. They're freaking
Hmm.
top notch. He does this production behind him are awesome.
Yeah.
Viva La Dirt League, dude. Viva La Dirt League has a
Yep.
D&D channel. It's amazing. They have their own D&D campaign going on. It's wacky. That's another group of people that have never played D&D and just dove right into it. So it's fun to see their experience and their growth with the game.
Hmm.
Um, and then Pointy Hat is another one on YouTube. Pointy Hat is also kind of like an experience. He goes over the experiences of others that on Reddit.
Yeah.
He'll read like Reddit posts and things like that, or he'll go over like character creation stuff, or he'll go over like weapons and things like that. So these are just a group of YouTubers, just in case people out there and they're like, hey, what other content for D&D do I have? You have plenty. You have quite a bit, but these are the ones I personally like.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll be sure to link them in the description below and check those out too. Like as a great start if you want to get into D&D and like just get the idea. That's the gist of it. So yeah, really cool. I like that. I've definitely seen a couple of these for sure.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. And, what else we talk about here? Anything else? We talked about basically what I have here, just our experiences, D20, Critical Role.
We could, I mean, dude, we could go on for like freaking D20. I can't tell you. Like my favorite one for that is have you watched like the Blood Creep or the Blood Keep?
Bloodkeep, yeah.
Yes.
That's the one.
The one that's like Lord of the Rings. Yes.
Is that the one where they play as the villains, right?
Yes.
I watched that one. That was a good one. I need to rewatch that again. That's one of the early ones we watched.
Yeah.
Bloodkeep. Yeah. That Escape from the Bloodkeep. Obviously,
Bloodkeep.
Fantasy High is my favorite.
Fantasy High is your favorite?
One of the ones. Oh, actually, there's a thing I wanted to mention. Like being introduced to D20. We kind of, when we started, I think we kind of like got into the realm of like, this is what D&D is like. Like it's a fantasy, like you're in a realm, swords, magic, all that stuff. But I really liked the way, I mean, it's probably been around, but we just never explored the idea of like, for example, Fantasy High, like have it set in a high school setting.
Oh yeah.
And then just like have that world fantasy build be introduced in that format.
For sure.
So
for sure. Don't get it wrong. For those people that are listening to it, don't get it wrong. You could do any campaign, any setting, because they have one. D&D has one in space. You know,
Spelljammers.
You could do whatever you want. And so Dimension 20 has one in space. It's like Space Odyssey or something like that, I believe.
Yeah, it's I have it. It's over there. Starstruck.
Yes.
That's a good one too. I like watching that one.
Yeah, so it's like for those just trying to get involved, just get involved, man. Like there's groups, communities, and again, I was trying to say like, hey, if you don't like this group or this community, find another one. There's a ton of people that you might vibe with better. Not everyone likes the same likes. Not everyone wants a funny campaign. Not everyone wants a serious campaign. Like it's just find whatever you like.
Yeah, there's different world buildings of it that you can interact with, like even different game systems. Like there's the Cyberpunk Red that you can play. There's even like themed ones like the Marvel TTRPG. There's the upcoming DC Universe TTRPG comic books. Like if you're familiar with those characters, there's a ton of stuff like out there, and it's really fun. Like there was even one which I have somewhere in the back, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Like you could create your own ranger, that kind of stuff. So there's a plethora of RPG games out there, and maybe in different systems, but like the most important thing you can do is like have fun, be with a group of friends, and like just nerd out and
just storytelling, man.
Storytelling,
it's just storytelling. You're creating a story together. That's it. You're grabbing a group of friends and creating a story together. That's all it is. I love it. I love it. I have so many friends that I would love to get them involved into D&D. And I think there's like that still like that fear, like it's too nerdy or it's, and I'm like, it's not, man. Like people, it's just a game. It has nothing to do with social norms. It has nothing to do with your status of life. Like, just freaking play the game.
Yeah.
Just have fun. Like, let loose. If you're not a person that likes the role play, okay. You don't have to.
If you're very curious enough about it, just take a chance at it. There's nothing can go wrong. Like, if there's anything, like you can always ask the DM. They're there to guide you.
I say take 2 chances, all right? Because sometimes you get a bad DM.
Oh, did you have one?
I had an experience.
Talk about that one
back at
actually.
Butte College. Yeah,
Hmm.
it was not. I didn't even get to play. I didn't get to play. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
made a character. This was back when I was in college. This is kind of what put a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth, is because we played our campaign a little bit, the first beginning campaign, and it took forever. So, but I understood why it took forever, and so this next one, I was like, oh, I'm gonna make my character simplistic, and I'm not gonna take forever on my character. I'm just gonna throw my stats out. I'm gonna do a really basic background. I think I said I was like a fisherman or some crazy thing that lost his boat. I don't know.
Mhm.
It wasn't like anything complex. I don't even know what the campaign. I don't know if it was a D&D campaign or it was a homemade campaign. I have no idea because I didn't get to play. I made my character, and the DM simply had his group of people, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm interested." And they're like, "Yeah, we'll throw you in." And
Aw.
I remember being there for like an hour and a half, and I was just there. Basically, I just watched them party. I didn't do nothing. I don't even know what the story was about,
I mean,
and
part of it's like if the
it
DM invited you, they would at least find a way to like include you into the story or the into the party. Like,
that's what
yeah.
I thought was gonna happen, and I was excited for the moment.
Mhm.
But the reason I bring this up is because like I was trying to say, like at least give it two times. Sometimes you get a
Mm.
bad experience, and then I don't want that to be the only experience. Like understand that you can still have a bad experience with this game, but you can also have a very, very good experience.
Yeah.
The games that we play, that we play with our group. Yes, I would love to play with like our a fuller group and things like that because a lot of times it's like three people, but it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Um, I want to play a full campaign. It's That's one of the hardest things to do is play a full campaign because you're working with people's schedules and
Mhm.
it's a little hard to work with people's schedules, honestly.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of these fails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's scheduling. It's like sometimes you have to come in an agreement like what days can work with
Mhm.
everybody. Like, yes, life gets in the way sometimes. And
Yeah.
if a group of people can make that commitment to agree to like this one time, then that's fine.
Mhm.
But that is one of the biggest challenges. It's like getting people together, scheduling a group. Um, yeah, it's just finding the commitment. I mean, there's other ways you can like find other people. Like there's Discord groups or like there's services
Oh,
like Start
yeah.
Play, like you can find around there. But that's one of the big
I don't
ones.
know any. So if you know some, go ahead and start listing them off, man, because I honestly, I don't know any. I know I could probably look them up and find them,
Mhm.
but, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I was gonna say what else. Oh, another thing with like role playing, it's there's a lot of moments where you might not realize it, but if you commit yourself to the role, you can have
It's a lot of fun.
you can have a very therapeutic moment. Like
Mhm. Mhm.
use that to exercise, like you're like put yourself as the character, express those emotions, and put them put yourself in that seat. Like there's one particular moment I tried out. Um, I don't think I really asked the DM at the time, but my character was I was uh, a barbarian chef, and one of the moments was like I think I just we the DM and we never discussed it. It was like a small like campaign that we went into, and there's scene where I we went back to my old home village, and then without discussion, I met my character's dad, and for in some backstory that I put in my head, the way we played it out, it was like we had like a bit of like I had a bit of resentment with him in that moment. So we both played it out, see how that worked out. But then another moment came was like, he's a single father. I'm the child, but my mother's not in the picture. She passed away. So we do the scene, we do the campaign. There's a fight somewhere happening, and then post game, I quickly asked the DM in the middle of the game, like, "Can we try something real quick?" It's like, "Yeah, sure." And then I told him, like, "Okay." I forgot the name of my character. My character goes back, finds this open shrine area, and it's a memorial site where we buried my mother. And so what I've had was this. I had a trinket or something that would remind me of her, and I would place it on her tombstone or wherever we sat her. And so, oh no, it was like because I was a chef. It was it was like a special pan that she used, but
Okay.
then was like passed off to me. And so she was actually like, I was a chef. He was the father was the cook. My dad was the ultimate cook. Like, I kind of pictured him as like Gordon Ramsay,
Okay.
but the mother, she was the special ingredient that she brought in her cookings to help him was some to like give heart and soul. Like, if you don't put love in your cooking, what's the point of your foods
Fun of cooking. Yeah. Yeah.
tasting as delicious? So she was the missing ingredient. But I did my thing, a moment where I would place uh my pan on her tombstone, and then and then the DM goes like, and then you place the pan on your mother's grave.
Yeah.
The spirit of her rises in front of you, and she just gives you a smile. And then I that moment, I we never said anything. I never mentioned it to him, but the way he did that to me, that felt like a very emotional moment for what responded as like my character and for me. So I kind of teared up a little bit. I'm like, "Hey mom, I hope you're doing well. And I, thank you for what you've given me, and I'll talk to dad a little nicely this time," or something like along those lines. So like, it's those moments where there might, if you have something going on in your life, you know, having D&D as a placement or like a safe space to kind of like maybe act out on these moments, or like a way to like kind of exercise these emotions, is a nice way to help, you know,
Yeah. No, I get
play out
it for
those
sure.
moments. So, yeah. Yeah,
For
and I thought
sure.
that was like a really good experience, and that's a service for what a DM can do for you as well. Just so you know.
Yeah. And yeah, it's that connection that you get, and there are times where if you are in, you don't have to do this, mind you, but
Mhm.
if you are connected with your character, like you're acting as the character, you're doing the voice or you're doing the mannerisms, like you are that character, it
Mhm.
is a release sometimes, because there are things that happen in life and that like maybe bogging you down, and maybe you're a little depressed that day, or maybe you're a little, like you got a little bit something going on, right? And so DM, maybe they see it and they're like, hey, let's express this. What's happening? Are you sad? All right, let's express this in the story. Why is your character sad right now, or what's going on with, like, they don't have to do that stuff, but it
Mhm.
does help if you're uncomfortable with releasing those emotions, to pretend like someone else, and you do feel a little bit more comfortable releasing them
Yeah,
emotions.
yeah.
Like it's interesting. There's
It's
probably some
good.
psychology behind it, honestly, but
Yeah, there's
it's
definitely some
yeah,
therapeutical studies, but
yeah, yeah,
that was
man.
my experience. It was awesome. Like, and a lot of it, like, can come from improv. That's where it shines the most. Like, things happen in a funny way or in a terrible way, but like having a dramatic moment like that, that's a yes and scenario. So, like I said, we never discussed anything, but the way the DM responded to that particular moment for me was like the thing that
Yeah,
needed to be done. And so they
yeah,
knew what I had to go through in order to understand what my character is doing and understand where they're coming from. And what it is that they
Yeah.
are just trying, what it is that they're going through. So
Yeah.
that's a character development moment as well. So like you can explore these things, and there's nothing wrong about it. Like again, it's just not only is it game centric, mechanic heavy, but there are some therapeutic moments where some
For
things
sure.
need to be done, can be done.
For sure. Definitely. There definitely is.
Yeah.
Um, it's I personally I've met players that are the same. Um, I and or I've watched enough like campaigns through YouTube and like media to see that there are players that are some that get into the character and then some that simply just want to play the game aspect of it. And that's okay too, man. Like again, that is perfectly fine. If you just want to play the game aspect of it, which is, hey, I'm a rogue, I do this much damage, I'm gonna go up to that guy and I'm gonna stab him. And that's
Hmm.
it. You're like, I don't really want to do the whole, you know, talking to other characters in a funny voice and da 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 da. You don't have to. It's okay.
Hmm.
Just have fun with it, man.
Play the way you
Like
want to play it.
yeah,
No
play
one's
the
gonna
way you want
argue.
to play it. Like I'm gonna play the way I'm gonna play it, regardless. I'm not gonna let someone else's decisions bug me, unless it's like directly involving me.
Hmm.
But most of the time, it's like, no, man. I'm just gonna play it the way I like making funny voices. I like being a character. I like those type of things. I like acting. I like improving, and
Yeah.
so thus D&D really, really draws me in. So it allows me to do that, If I want to be a little goblin, I was like, "Yeah," and
Hmm.
I bite
Yeah.
people in the ankles for some weird reason. Like,
Oh yeah.
fuck it.
Yeah. Like it's a nice expression for me too. Like I think we talked about like earlier, character creation. So I already
Mhm,
have like a list of characters, and obviously it's an extension of who I am. So like my character Ha, who's like a blue
mhm.
blue dragon, like monk, and like he's awesome. Like I love that character. He's as neutral as can be. Um, in an extension of that's like I think like in terms of like the character's discipline, but also like there might be moments that might distract them in a little bit, but he's probably the most as neutral, chill as can be. And another character I want to try and explore at some point when we get to it was like is my bard character,
Manny?
um, Manny. Yeah, like I try to make him as like as a bit flamboyant as possible. Like I really want
Mhm.
to explore that whenever if I ever get the chance. Like just to be able to like because I think from the new five five and a half feet, I forgot what it's called. There's a new class with like bard.
Gotcha.
The There's a new school. But that's like that makes him like a rock star basically. So he's very showy, very
Oh,
extroverted.
yeah. I I
Yeah.
I would probably well, like talked about my bard character earlier.
Mhm.
I named him Ernie.
Yeah.
he he very country voice and talks like that a little bit. But
Yep.
I like I would probably do that route too. I'm still gonna keep him a barbarian because I want him
Yeah.
to be angry, but he's a bard, and so
Yeah.
now he's trying to be better at not being angry.
Oh, okay.
That's
Bard's
the
like
whole thing about him is he was a barbarian
mhm,
and he's trying to be a bard.
yeah. He's trying to be a bard, but
Yeah,
anger
anger's
takes
still
over pretty
there.
easily. Yeah.
Anger's still there.
Like there's a class of characters like yeah, Manny's like most flamboyant, like out there, very friendly, out there bard. I'm giving him the thick Filipino accent. Hello everybody. My name is
Yes.
Manny.
Yes.
See, when I talk into it, I slowly start to get into the character. Like I really want to play him.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um yeah, and bards are like they can be game changers too. Um
Honestly, yeah. It's not just like, oh man, this game is so much fun.
mhm,
If you have a good group and like you really let yourself get into it, um, I think that's the best thing you could do. Like again, I know you don't have to play that way, but I do highly recommend you just let yourself get into it. Let
Mhm.
yourself get into a character. Do a funny voice. Who the hell is judging you? We're playing a fictitious game. Like, just do it.
Yeah.
Do the funny voice, man. Do the funny voice.
Yeah.
It's okay. And if you don't like that voice, guess what? It's okay to change it because it's a game.
Mhm.
Like,
What are
you don't have to do it anymore. Make it a
so
continuity thing.
yeah.
Make sure, just be like, if you're talking like this the whole time, and then you don't want to do that voice anymore, have someone chop you in the throat.
Oh
Like, there you
shit.
go. And you're like, oh no, I'm
Oh
talking like
man.
this the whole time. Like, that's it. That's it. That's all you gotta do. It's that simple.
The
I don't
fantasy,
know.
like the world, it's endless. The D&D place we went to, um, one in particular, I think it was themed about like anthropomorphic animal
Mm-hmm.
characters. So the available like character sheets to you, it's endless. So like for example, I was a number of different animals within that character uh, class subset they provided me. So like for example, I was a Kenku, a bird sorcerer, storm sorcerer. That was actually really cool. I was a capybara cleric. I was what
Barbara. Oh, I love it.
so yeah, I had to do some kind of voice to stick with it. I'll heal you. Or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
One of my favorite ones I played, it was a one shot, but he was like a um uh he was some kind of reptile rogue. I don't think it was no, it was one of those lizard, maybe a chameleon, but he like, his eyes are like all over the place and everything.
Oh yeah.
So that was my character. And I just playing that character was so much fun because especially in the relationship between my character, that character, and my partner's character. I forgot what she was. Both of us had like, we're sworn vengeance against this group that destroyed our town and village. But I came off as what you mentioned, the brooding, like badass one, like I'm the rogue. I'm gonna get my vengeance as upon me. And then my partner's character, she's like, my name is so and so. Yeah, we will feast on their blood once we see them. I'm like, oh god, like who's scarier, me or her? So we're both like, back team. Like we've both had our past and everything. So that was fun to do.
Yeah.
Like just to do that character dynamic. Um, I was gonna ask you like, which have what are the list of characters that you've played as, and what has been your favorite characters or classes you've played?
Ernie's probably my favorite, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a beginning character that I made with you, named Rock, and
Oh yeah, Rock.
I think he's one of my favorite characters, uh, just because he's so out of the norm of characters. I did that was my beginner common my family will die character,
Mm-hmm.
because it was a beginner character. You know what I mean? And so,
Yeah.
but I knew I wanted him to be a pirate, and at the time we made the game or that we were playing the campaign, the pirate class or sailor class wasn't like readily available, or I just didn't
Yeah.
own it. I can't remember exactly. Um, but I wanted him to be a pirate, and it wasn't till later that I no longer wanted him to be my family died. And so I worked really hard to change his story to where he's a pirate because he's a failed sea captain. And like
Mm-hmm.
he by his mistakes and his arrogance as a younger man, um caused like the death of his own people, and so he's like escaping that with piracy. um and so like that was my concept, and I was like, okay, cool, rather than I'm a pirate because the government killed my family.
Yeah.
Arr. Like, I don't know,
There's Mhm. There has to be
just
like flaws and or some sort of
yeah.
like hook for that character or something.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
and so now as he's a pirate, he's pompous, he's still pompous because I wanted him to be like a sea captain or like a naval, captain,
Mhm.
and so I was like, "Okay, well, I want him to be a really rich boy, pompous naval captain that thought he was the shit and then messed up.
Yeah.
So as a pirate now, he's still kind of pompous here and there, but he's learning from his mistakes and he's older, so he's trying to learn from those past mistakes, and he's like haunted by those,
Yeah.
but not haunted. And also, I chose to make him like bisexual, I guess, because during the campaign you asked a question, and
what did I
it
don't
was you
remember
just asked a
actually.
question. You just asked a question, and it was like it was something along the lines of like sleeping around, right? And then
I don't
I
remember. Oh my
and then
god.
I I
What?
was like I was like, "Yep, men, women, don't matter." I like and I was joking, and then you went with it, and so I went with it because what happened was I made that joke, and it was partly because I didn't fully hear what you said because we were going through Discord. So I didn't fully hear what you
Yeah.
said. And then the people that were talking to my character were upset by it. Ultimately, they were like, "Oh, you don't fucking belong here. Like you're a freak. You're gay, or you don't belong here because you sleep with men too." And I was like, "I'm going full hard into this then." I was
Okay.
like, "I'm going full on into this then." Of like, why does that matter? Like, let's
Mhm.
fucking fight about it. And so, and mind you, this was James purposely being a bad character. Like
Mhm.
he was making that choice of like these guys are fucking thugs and they're bigots. So
I remember making those guys total
yes,
assholes, especially when I yeah, that was a moment. I don't remember the
yes,
whole making your
yeah. It
character
was
bisexual thing.
it.
I gotta
It was just a
yeah.
quick. It was a very very quick. It was like literally we just started the campaign. We're probably like an
Mhm.
hour or two into it, and we're in a bar, and I
Yeah,
got
I
kicked
remember that.
out of the bar because I was getting thrown out of the bar because my character said he slept with men and women.
Mhm.
And so that was the whole thing. And it was just really quick.
Yeah.
And that's all it takes, man. It was and like those are the things. Like it's kind of fun when you make those action when you choose to accept that or make that part of your character, because like uh I don't know, man. It's just fun. It's just fun for
Yeah.
me.
That's I also want to add to that. Like that's a very important part of D&D too, or role playing as well, because there's a level of consent, like what's accepting and what's
Yeah.
uncomfortable for certain people.
Yeah, for sure.
In moments like that, then it's that's okay, and that's what makes this game so special, is because it's the inclusivity of different players, different scenarios, whether they're comfortable or not. There's like
Yeah.
even like
And
if there's
this
moments like that make you uncomfortable, like please talk that with your DM. But
oh
like
yeah,
this
for
explores
sure.
the moments of
For sure.
that. Yeah.
I'm not gonna like sit here and say like every experience is gonna be great. Um,
Mhm.
because unfortunately, like there are those times where you get into a random group and it's kind of weird. Like there's some kind of weird stuff to where it's like this one person's really flirty with that other person, and you're like, what? This is like it. I get it. You're in game, but I'm gonna back away. Like I don't feel comfortable with this type
Yeah.
of like interaction type thing. And you are correct. You need to speak up and talk to your DM or talk to the players, and be like, hey man, maybe can you not make out with the fucking other dude, every session?
Yeah.
Like, can you not do that? I get it. Your character's a little horny succubus, but maybe don't go into full detail about how you're sucking the guy off. Like maybe don't do that.
Yeah. Let's
Let's
just
can we just play the
draw
game?
some lines here, please,
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah.
And another thing to be said is like just because someone makes a choice in the game doesn't mean like let's say they are a crazy horny succubus and they don't go into full detail about everything, but they're seemingly sleeping with everything that moves. Okay, that does not mean the person playing that character is that way in real life.
Right.
That does not mean go hit on that character thinking that you're
Hmm.
gonna get some. That's not what's happening.
Yep.
So
Now I'm thinking
stop.
of a new character now. Just like
Yeah, no,
looks
right.
everything with the moves. No.
Right. But that's the thing is like
Yeah.
there is this I have unfortunately I've seen enough like people talk about it that I've never personally experienced this, but I've seen enough people talk about it that it lets me know that this happens to where you will have a character that is really sweet and people will mistake that as real life stuff, you know.
Mhm.
And it's like, hey man, I'm married. Like I'm just here chilling. I'm playing a character. I'm not actually like romantically interested in you in any way, shape, or form. Please. We're chilling, bro. You know, that's it. It's playing a game.
Yeah, that
But
is.
I don't know. It's about what we got left here, buddy.
Uh, I didn't set a timer, but according to my OBS recording, we're about an hour and 16, minus give or take some of the extra time we
Gotcha.
started. So maybe last couple of bits here. One really quick moment. You mentioned how you like talked about like setting up your stats, and you purposely made some moments to be negative.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the character building when you create your character stats, I wanted to emphasize that's okay to have. Your
Oh
character
yeah.
does not need to be like plus everything. Like
No.
flaws are kind of important in the game and part of the role play, because like there are moments like, if you're an overpowered paladin with this like +5 strength but -4 charisma, like you're the most powerful being but you have terrible people skills, like let's have those moments shine
Oh yeah,
in role
for
playing
sure.
and storytelling, like have it
It,
happen, please.
I have more fun during someone's failure than during their
Exactly.
success, legitimately.
Mhm.
If you're playing a character and you're like rolling, and this just happens. Sometimes you get on fire and you can't fucking lose, and you just
Mhm.
roll nat 20s all day. But
Yeah.
um, sometimes you're like you're rolling, and I've seen people get frustrated that they can't seem to attack or they can't
Yeah.
pass a basic like um investigation check or wisdom check or anything like that, wisdom save or anything like that, and they get frustrated about it. But I'm like, no man, don't get frustrated about it. Like, yeah, it is frustrating sometimes, but it's fun. That's what makes it fun. When you fail, I've had, again, more fun during failures than success. There's been times where my characters will fail and fail hard. Like, I
Mhm.
think I was playing my rock character and I was trying to get a item at the end of a cavern or like underneath something. I don't freaking know, but I decided to try to dive into the cave and you're like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. And then you're like, okay, roll for it. If you roll 15 or above, you land successfully and it's fine. And I think I rolled like a 2, which is really bad. So
Mhm.
I fell down the freaking thing and got stuck and took damage and nearly died. Like it it's funner that way for me, you know.
Mhm.
I don't want to see success always successful. If you're a person that's supposed to be really bad at charming people, maybe make it sure that you're really bad at charming people. And it doesn't
Yeah.
mean you level up during the game, so you can build that. That is character building,
That is.
actually. you
Yeah,
know.
you like building up on those faults, especially like with your raw character, like how he was you know, had a terrible pass as
Mm-hmm.
a failed captain. There's
Mm-hmm.
probably some bad stats that like real need to be reprimanded within those, like maybe a bad charisma or
Bad
something,
intelligence,
bad
bad
intelligence.
charisma,
Yeah.
things like that. Bad wisdom, like
Mhm.
any of those stats. Yeah. And so I
That's a
would purposely
redemption
make
moment,
make
maybe.
sure I have those bad stats.
Mhm.
You know, I know you as a new person, like you were saying. But I know as a new character, if you've never played this before, and if some people still do this, it's okay to have a character that doesn't have the best stats in the world, man. Stop mid maxing your characters. just play the game. It's okay. You don't have to be the number one star of the game. It's all right. It's okay. Just let it go. Like, you don't have to be the main character. I know you want to be, but you don't have to be. It's okay.
It's fine. It's as long as you're having fun with it, that's all that matters, really.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. All right, man.
Anything else before we close here?
Nah. Just try it out. Just try it out. That's it.
Yeah. And
keep
doesn't have to be
on, man. Keep geeking on.
Doesn't always have to be not just D&D too, like we mentioned. There's other game systems out there. Like one of the ones I want to explore is Kids on Bike system, which is inspired by the Goonies and stuff. So
yeah,
I like to
Kids on Bike system. I've seen that played here and there. When the YouTube channel Funhouse was a thing, they had a couple of Kids on Bike sessions with their games that were they worked really well, and I am interested. I wanted to build a campaign about around the Kids on Bike.
Nice.
Which I still want to do that, but I want to fully understand Kids on Bike. I just couldn't remember honestly, I couldn't remember what it was until you said it.
It's just Kids on Bikes. Yeah.
Kids on Bikes. Yeah.
Yeah. We have the book. We need to read it. Yeah.
My concept for that, I think I told you about, is like a very Goonies meets vampires type thing.
Hell yeah.
So
that's
kids
fun.
beating up vampires. Yeah.
Where are the vampires beating up kids? I don't know.
Lost Boys or vampires. Fucking yeah, there will be some vampires beating up kids. Anyways.
All right,
bud.
Okay, we'll go ahead. I think we'll wrap this up. So all this to say that also, if you're all curious too, I'm just gonna throw this pitch out there. If you want us to see, like, maybe not a live play, but a recorded session of us playing, please let us know. I'm happy to upload sub content
for sure
in the channel, in our YouTube channel. If you're listening to us on your podcast, wherever you're listening to, we have a YouTube channel called Geek AF. I think it's Geek-AF. I believe
so.
Yeah. So check us out there. We're more responsive, and we like to, if you could, if you want to like subscribe and all that, that'd be nice.
Like, subscribe, leave a comment. We try to get to our comments as soon as possible. TikTok, YouTube, Podbean or BeanPod. What is it called?
Yeah, Podbean. TikTok, we're on our separate channels.
Yeah.
Primarily, if you find us on YouTube, Geek AF, Geek-AF, that's where we'll be mostly.
Yes.
And all this to say with D&D is, if you're interested and if you want to party, you can party with us if you want.
Yeah.
We're down.
We're down to party.
I'd love to do like an in-person session one day, because we need you and I need to play Spelljammers, but the way I have it, we need to do it in person, because I got a bunch of like minis back there that needs to be played. And
I would love to, man. I would love to. Yeah. We just set it up. That's it. We just have to make the time for it and set it up. We just have to be adults and plan ahead.
Yep, that's what we have to do. Back to the whole scheduling thing.
Scheduling, man.
Yep. All right, everybody. Thank you all for listening and joining. And remember, life's too short not to geek out. So we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.